Once the Eagles decided to hire Vic Fangio as their defensive coordinator, I thought in my head immediately that this was a Super Bowl contending team. Now you fast forward throughout the entirety of the season and the playoffs, and here we are once again, a rematch versus the Kansas City Chiefs back in the Super Bowl. But this game is important and this game is crucial, and I think Vic Fangio has a genius game plan going forward that I made and I talked about a little bit in the last video. But there's going to be 4 X factors from this defense that need to play good in this game. One of them is going to be Jalen Carter, right? Yesterday's video, we talked about Mike Caliendo, the guard for the Chiefs, has allowed a pressure rate over 11%. Over the last 4 games, has given up a lot of pressures, a lot of hurries, and a lot of sacks, right? So Jalen Carter is going to be someone that needs to step up, but also, more importantly, Zach Bond needs to just continue to play the way he's been playing. And then 3, Cooper DeJean. Right? Last time you played the Chiefs, you didn't have someone like Cooper who was young, athletic, smart. I mean, throughout the season, we've broken down his film. This dude is a genius, high IQ type of player, special talent, right? And then lastly, Nolan Smith, man, we need to get pressure off this edge. We need to generate pressure on Patrick Mahomes. We cannot let them sit in the pocket and make throws all day long. Now, one thing that we see so much out of Vic Fangio's defenses is manipulation of the offensive line. Now, what does that mean specifically? When you look at this play here, we're going to hug up tight over that A gap with Zach Bond. Now, we're not sending him in a blitz. We're not going to send him through the A gap, the B gap, or the C. We're going to send him back into coverage. And that could be very effective because most of the time you'll see a team in a 5-man scat protection. And usually when you're going up against this team, the Eagles, you're going to see a scat or a slide to Jalen Carter, man-to-man everywhere else. But instead of getting that double team on Jalen Carter, now you get single teams everywhere, man-to-man everywhere, right? Because the anticipation of the center is it's going to, be a blitz from Zach Bond, and when it doesn't happen, now we just have one-on-ones, and look at our guy, Nolan Smith, scream off the edge for a sack here. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the biggest X factor in this game is going to be Jalen Carter versus Mike Caliendo, and then probably the center as well. You're going to see a lot of scat protection sliding over to Jalen Carter. They're probably going to hold him. We need to see some holding calls, refs. This man gets held on 90% of plays. I guarantee it. Throw some penalties, man. That's what they're going to have to do to stop Jalen Carter in this game. But, man, if we can have Nolan Smith, Zach Bond, and Cooper DeJean play really good football in this game, I think Vic Fangio is going to find a way to win this Super Bowl. All right, and another thing they need to do, which I'm not too nervous about because they did it very well versus Jaden Daniels, who is much more electric when it comes to making plays happen with his legs and getting outside the pocket, extending plays with his legs. Pat Mahomes is an amazing job extending plays and finding guys down the field. He is a threat to run as well. If you can get this team off the field on 3rd down, you'll win the game. You'll win the game, right? If you went down and broke down every 3rd down the Chiefs converted, it's a lot of extended plays with Pat Mahomes, right? And on this one, look at the scat protection. Once again, they're going to slide to Jalen Carter. You're going to see the center place his right arm on Jalen Carter and look left. You don't want to do that versus Jalen Carter. You need to be fully committed because this will happen, right? Yeah, you're putting an arm out there, but what is that actually doing? Nada, nothing, right? Jalen Carter flies in there, but then right here, as Jaden Daniels starts to get out of this, we have other guys running to the football, right? Never giving up. We need this same mentality versus Patrick Mahomes. Make him pay for getting outside his pocket. Make him pay for trying to make a play on his feet right now. Obviously, you don't want to hit him as he's sliding and create a penalty there because he's been trying to draw a lot of penalties. If you've even watched his playoff games, he's been doing a lot of shady stuff to try to get some penalty calls. So we obviously want to play fair, play clean, but at the end of the day, don't allow him to extend plays using his legs, and that will be a demoralizing piece of their offense if you could shut that down. Now, I think a player like Cooper DeJean is going to be another massive X factor in this game. One reason I absolutely love him as a player is he is always looking for work, right? He's never just sitting in his zone, right? On this play specifically, we're in a cloud flat. So most of the time when you're in a cloud flat, you don't usually leave it, right? You're just going to sit there. You're going to pass off this tight end up the seam, and then you're going to sit in this zone coverage down here, right? But what he does is he looks inside, right? You're going to see his head turn in this direction just just a little bit, make sure there's not a shallow cross coming or anything else leaking out of the backfield. Once he checks off in his brain that nothing else is a threat down here, okay, let me just follow my closest player. That way I'm not doing nothing. And you know what? You're lucky, because look at Darius Slay. He's turned his back. He's getting up the field, trying to stay with De'Ami Brown as Zach Ertz gets over the middle, bites this safety up. Now, if you just stay in this cloud flat, you're going to get a wide open wheel route down the right sideline to Austin Eckler. But instead, he stays with it. He leaves his zone, and he finds work. These are the things you love to see. And then watch him make a play on this football, right? Get up there, swat that thing down. Let's go. I'm pretty sure it's going to be his birthday as well for this game, which is huge. Once again, we see a scat protection sliding to Jalen Carter, getting pressure right away. Dude, Jalen Carter's a monster. And I'm telling you, this interior offensive line for the Chiefs is solid, but once you get Mike Caliendo on Jalen Carter, we should move Jalen Carter to that side every time. Every time. Now, before we get any further into this video, guys, do me a big time favor. Hit the like button if you want more of these videos throughout the week. I really want to break down the game plan and what they need to do. I think we already specifically talked about this defensive line is going to be crucial for the Eagles. They need to get pressure on Pat Mahomes, right? Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, all of these guys, Josh Sweat, all of them. They need to have Milton Williams, all very, very crucial. But also, make sure you guys join the family after hitting that like button if you want more of these videos. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And like I said, more Eagles videos all year throughout the rest of the playoffs, the Super Bowl specifically, and then the offseason, which was going to be whoever the Eagles sign, we're going to do some film analysis. Whoever the Eagles trade for, film analysis. And whoever the Eagles draft, film analysis, right? So with that being said, join the family, turn on post notifications. Let's dive back into the video. So right here, we're going to see what you call, and let me take myself off the screen, we're going to see what you call a yes-no read, all right? So whenever you have one high safety, and trust me, guys, you're going to see a lot of this out of Pat Mahomes, right? He loves this yes-no read. So whenever you have this one high safety, the Eagles like to do it because they trust their corners. But if you have man-to-man, one-eye safety, you have a matchup that you like, Quinyon Mitchell versus, Terry McLaurin. The Commanders are saying, okay, I love this matchup. I'm going to throw this ball no matter what because, quite frankly, I think Terry McLaurin is a much better player than Quinyon Mitchell. But you just be wrong because Quinyon Mitchell has been really good. So, as the quarterback drops back here, we're going to read one thing and one thing only. Cooper DeJean. If he breaks to this out, we have a one-on-one down the field. Back to that yes-no read. He's going to circle yes, and he's going to throw this football no matter what. And I promise you guys, Mahomes does the same thing. So, boom. Once you see Cooper DeJean take that step up, right, we're throwing the football. It's coming out. We're throwing the football. It's out, and here we go. Now we need to be good in these situations. One-on-ones down the field. We cannot be giving up those Xavier-worthy, Moss-worthy type of plays. We cannot. You cannot give those up. Explosive plays need to be eliminated, okay? So cornerbacks, Cooper DeJean, Darius Slay, Quinyon Mitchell. These guys need to make plays just like this. Look at the body control by Quinyon Mitchell here. Again, this is what we need. Force turnovers. Even if it's just a PBU, don't let him catch this ball, whoever it may be. And that right there is going to be a recipe for a Super Bowl championship winning Philadelphia Eagles team. And I'm telling you right now, man, Vic Fangio is doing a really good job with this defense. I think they have a lot of room to grow, and I'm excited to see them use Cooper DeJean, maybe even on Travis Kelce, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm so excited. Now, I know this was a shorter video, but I really wanted to get my point across that Vic Fangio has a couple of things that he needs to solidify in this game. A pass rush. He needs to make sure that he attacks Mike Caliendo every single play. Put Jalen Carter over there. Make them slide the protection to Jalen Carter, and then you initiate one-on-ones with Jordan Davis, with Milton Williams, with Josh Sweat, with Nolan Smith, and those guys specifically, right? They need to get home. They need to get home. From the outside looking in, you need guys like Zach Bond. Just continue to play that football. That brand of football is winning football. Need that. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, two rookie DBs. act like you're not rookies, man. You've been here before. Let's just act like you've done it, right? You're here to stay. This is your time to prove to everybody that they should have been top 10 picks at the end of the day. So I'm excited. Let's see what they got. They still got some really good players on that secondary with Darius Slay and CJ Gardner-Johnson. Those guys need to be leaders. This is a game that they can win, man. They can definitely win this game. Let me know. Give me some score predictions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.